plan on going live today. I didn't plan on posting. I didn't plan on going live. I didn't plan on doing nothing. Okay, I did not plan on going live today, but I said, let me just go live today and really just talk about the importance, the importance of knowing your worth, knowing your worth in the kingdom of God, because I think it's two different things. When you know your worth in the world and when you know your worth in the kingdom of God, you know that you are governed by one king, and that's Jesus Christ. You are governed by him. You're not governed by multiple people. When you're governed by the world, a lot of times when you are governed by the world, you governed by everything. You governed by your job, your career. You got to be governed by your manager. You got to be governed by your supervisor. You got to be governed by, whoever your co-workers, their standards. Like a lot of times we make idols out of life, out of just living. We make idols each and every day. We're not even conscious of the idols that we make. You know what I'm saying? We don't have standards. We try to live up to what other people want us to be. And I'm being real, y'all. A lot of times when I was growing up, I had my own mind. I cannot sit here and say that I was not raised to have my own mind, because I was. And a lot of times I made decisions based off of, me. You know what I'm saying? No one forced me to do anything, because I've always been strong-minded. I've always had my own mind. And when I gave my life to Christ, I'm telling you, my standards totally changed. Like, as far as the first thing I think that changed is, the first thing that changed for me was my appearance. My appearance changed. I stopped caring a lot about just, oh, I gotta make sure my hair is done. Oh, I gotta make sure, I keep my nails painted, my toes painted. I gotta make sure that, I keep a nice outfit. If I'm going out of town, I gotta make sure everything is new. I gotta make sure, I'm at my best. Or if I'm out of town, I'm gonna stay at the best hotels. I'm not gonna stay just in. It was ridiculous, y'all. I've really fumbled so much money. I'm not even gonna lie, to the point where I lost everything. Hey, Heat, I lost everything. I'm telling you, like, I lost everything. And I lost my standards of the world. That's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Now, I can't tell you what you may lose. I can't tell you what standards to have, but when you are in the kingdom of God, the first thing you wake up doing is you always honor God when you wake up. That's the first thing. Each and every morning I wake up, I honor God. And once I get the clearance from my doctor, I'm going to start incorporating working out. I'm going to start incorporating. You're going to see the change. You're going to actually see me look different. I might even look a little bit smaller than I am right now, but it's because I'm switching up everything, what I eat. I don't even eat a lot of meat right now. And it's not because I'm saying, oh, I'm going to go on this particular diet, because I've been dieting for the past 9 months, y'all. And that's because I had to. But let's get back to it, because I can go all over the place. So if you're just not coming in, this video, this live is about having standards, and standards in the kingdom of God. And a lot of times We think the standards of the world and the standards of the kingdom of God are the same, but they are totally different. And I'm telling you, I've experienced it where I don't really care about my appearance no more. And I know I hate to say that. I'm not saying I don't care about my hygiene. I'm saying I don't care about, is my hair looking a certain way? Is my nails looking a certain way? Am I, is my stomach flat? Do I have, am I doing my squats? Am I, it's just things that just don't matter to me. Oh, I got to drive this particular car. I'm only going to have this car for a year. And then next year I'm going to, get a new car. Like, all of those things don't matter to me no more. I have really, God, it ain't even me. It's like I don't even have the will to do certain things that I used to do. Drinking, smoking, all that stuff, going out. That stuff is meaningless. I'm telling y'all, it is meaningless. Once I gave my life to Christ, now the way that I think is so different. Like, when I'm out and about around people, I'm not as anxious. Like, I used to have a lot of anxiety going around people, to the point where I was just like, I don't want to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm an introvert. I don't want to go nowhere. God has even changed that to the point where I'm not like that no more. It's not like I don't want to be around people, because it was bad. Like, I didn't want to be around nobody. I'll go somewhere and I'll stay, and it didn't matter the amount of money I spent. I stayed there for about 30 minutes. It didn't matter how much I spent. If I wasn't feeling it, I would leave. Now it's totally different. God be having me on a mission. God be having me hone in on one person, like, who I can speak to, who he wants me to speak to, who he wants me to deliver a message to. I'm approachable. I've always been approachable, but now it's even more. People come up to me, they talk to me about their problems. And I'm telling you, this is not something that used to happen like that. People come up to me, random strangers, and talk to me about their problems. I can be in a grocery store and somebody will walk up to me and start talking to me about their problem. I'm like, what is going on? But my standards are so different in the kingdom of God now. It's a lot that I want to talk about as far as my personal life. I really want to talk about what I face behind the scenes, behind this camera, because everybody can talk a good game on this camera. They can present themselves as if they are prim and proper and like they have it all together, but behind this camera, I'm telling you, it be so much going on. I know I'm not the only Christian. I know I'm not the only, this is my son in the background. I'm not the only one. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to give him a hush. But anyway, so I know I'm not the only person that goes through something behind this camera. So I never want people to feel like I know what I'm talking about all the time, or like I'm better than. I can't stand people that act like they have it all together, when all of us go through something. That's why I can hold my head a little bit higher and be confident in the kingdom of God, because one thing I know, that everybody got something going on. You may not be in the season of your life where you have something going on. Everything may be going smooth. You know what I'm saying? Everything for you may be going smooth right now. But for many of us, we go through things, especially if you're a mother. You have to deal with other people's personalities. I tell my children all the time, it's just me. I don't have a twin. I'm not a triplet. So it's just me. I have to digest your personalities on top of y'all digesting my personality. But God is teaching me how to teach my children and how to train my children. One thing I will never do is be fake. I have my days where I just be like, what in the world is going on? But God always bring me back to him. He always bring me back to Bible. He always bring me back to prayer. He always bring me back to fasting. He always bring me back to switching up my mind. I don't stay in a negative thought too long like I used to when I was living in the world and I was living to their standards. I used to think so negatively, honey. I would think things into existence. I promise you, I would start thinking negative. I would think someone was always out to get me. I would think somebody is it was just it was so negative. And on top of that, I was drinking. Y'all, I went through a phase. I've never been a real drinker. But when my grandmother passed away, when I tell you I was drinking, baby doll, I was drinking. I was drinking, drinking, drinking. You couldn't tell me not to drink. You could not tell me that I wasn't, I thought I was doing the right thing. But I don't want to seem like I'm perfect. That's one thing that God working on me with. He's like, just be who you are. Just say, you don't have to say the right thing. Just be exactly who you are. Chosen.